Yeah, they already know what's going on. You can hit the like button as you come in. It's a lot of talk going around Terence Crawford right now. They talking about the PEDs with Victor Connie. I don't know. It's kind of funny that people bring up Victor Connie. Not too long ago, everybody said PEDs don't matter. Told y'all these dudes should be talking, man. Told y'all they just be talking. They don't know what to go with. First is PEDs don't matter. Then it's snack matter. Then it's it's just to lose weight. Bro, these dudes be lying so much. I ain't even gotta talk about Terence Crawford. These dudes is liars in boxing. Everybody's a liar. And they still lying. It's not even a reason to even talk about Terence Crawford or snack or nothing like that. But these dudes is lying. First they said PEDs is just to lose weight. And they said it didn't matter. Now they're saying it matters. So how does PEDs not matter, but then snack matters? They all over the place. These dudes sound drunk, man. Are you drunk or are you high? Sound like you both. PEDs don't matter. Yeah, I'm finna go through all that. Yeah, that's why YouTube don't like me right here. For some reason, YouTube know about PEDs. Uh, that's a subject that's. I mean, before people was talking about PEDs on YouTube, I got tired of hearing about PEDs on ESPN. Every day they had outside the line. They'll stop everything and play what outside the lines at like 3:30 or something like that. Now they want to control the narrative online. Man, please, you don't get out of here with that. Then I'm hearing people talking about something. I'm not gonna let. Well, I'm not even gonna repeat that garbage. But I'm gonna just tell you right now. No matter what everybody say about Terence Crawford or PEDs, everybody from Canelo and these other dudes, they done. No matter what. Y'all can say what y'all want about Terence Crawford, Snack, Victor Connie. That has nothing to do with Eddy Reynoso. That has nothing to do with Oscar Valdez leaving Team Canelo. None of that. Everything people are talking about right now is about nothing. These dudes are embarrassing the sport of boxing right now. Everybody in the whole entire world are looking at these YouTubers who are putting out this propaganda right now, and they looking at them like they crackheads on the street smoking crack. That's what they looking at these YouTubers like right now. They like, hey man, we a couple of weeks away from. We are a few weeks away from Crawford versus Canelo. Why are we talking about PEDs right now? These dudes sound like crackheads smoking crack. Be honest with you. Why are you talking? about PEDs a couple of weeks away when the person you need to be talking to it about is the wrong person. That's the wrong person. You need to be talking to another person about it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is not for the sensitive or weak. I'm gonna go in tonight just because I feel like it. Everybody else been running around talking about nothing. Boxing's starting to get boring, man. Dudes talking about nothing right now. First of all, I'm gonna say this: no matter what anybody says, Mexico is coming for Eddie Reynoso. No matter what nobody say. In America, they can sit here and play these little games all they want to. All these little platforms, YouTube and anybody else. Just gonna let you know, Mexico is coming for Eddie Reynoso. Y'all can put up little blocks and roadblocks or whatever, and try to do as much as you can. It's over with for your boy. It's over with for a few of these dudes. That protection that dude's been getting, it's over with. All that focus people trying to put in on Terence Crawford and uh, Snack and whatever they doing right now, bro, that junk don't matter. First of all, that goes to show that this is why a lot of people, because I'm gonna tell you where this comes from. A lot of people who talking about Terence Crawford and PEDs right now, and this is no offense, but I'm just being real. I ain't even got to go and look. I don't even know who's saying it, but I could make a guess. It's people who never liked Terence Crawford and wanted him to lose to Earl Spence. That's all it was. I don't know why. For some reason, people don't like. It's people that don't like Tyson Fury. I know people that don't like Tyson Fury. I know people that don't like Evander Holyfield. I know people that don't like Wilder. Uh, I know a lot of people. A lot of fans don't like certain boxers. But bruh, when it goes for some reason, the only people I be seeing who be sitting up here be like, yeah, Crawford owns something. It's dudes who wanted him to lose to Earl Spence. That's it, bro. That's it. That's it. And the shit is embarrassing, to be honest with you. Niggas is looking embarrassing right now. It is embarrassing. Too many black dudes walking around doing shit like that right now. It's embarrassing, bro. To be honest with you. In history right now, in the history of boxing, shit is embarrassing right now. I don't care what nobody say. This is like some of the most embarrassing stuff I ever seen in my life. Growing up, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Like, it's embarrassing, to be honest with you. Like, I kind of want to be a fan right now when I'm looking at certain fights because it's a little embarrassing right now. It's a little embarrassing. Can't even talk about breaking down no fights or nothing. And it just goes straight to PEDs. It's like, okay, yeah, all right. Oh, what's up? That's what dudes are stuck on, bro. And to be honest with you, it's pathetic. Because you wrong every time, but you keep talking about PEDs. We don't want to hear this stuff no more, man. This is why boxing is moving on. This is not a real narrative. It's gonna be gone in a couple of days. I'm just having fun with it because right now America is keeping people like Eddy Reynoso alive, and they worry about Terence Crawford. These dudes out here keeping Eddy Reynoso alive, and they worrying about Terence Crawford. All these fans in America keeping Eddy Reynoso alive, and Mexico is putting pressure on him, and America is giving him a boat to float on. So yeah, what I'm talking about right now is a little more serious than what everybody else talking about. America is embarrassing the sport of boxing right now. They got dudes coming over here cheating and stuff, making excuses for it, acting like they're doing other countries favors. Oh yeah. Man, you wasting time. You wasting everybody's time. And this is why everybody moving on. This is why you got fighters leaving trainers. You got the media not saying anything about it. You got people out here covering Terence Crawford and PEDs, which is a waste of time. It ain't finna get nobody nowhere. The video ain't gonna uh, be worth nothing in a year or two. So, okay. You know why dudes think Terence Crawford is on PEDs? Because their favorite fighter can't get a knockout. They can't get a knockout at the weight class they used to be at. They can't get a knockout at the weight class they at. That's why everybody like, man, Terence Crawford got to be on PEDs because their favorite fighter can't get a knockout. That's why. Dudes is fighting in 50-50 fights and they can't knock nothing out. That's what's really going on. If y'all want to know the truth, they starting to realize everybody ain't got no knockout power like that. That's why they saying, oh, he got to be on PEDs. Yeah. You know, it's always something, bro. It is what it is. He said, anyone cheating is bud, waste of time. How? I don't even know how you said that. It sounds like that sentence is backwards. You said, so he just was snapped for promoting. I see why your page dead. If you think my page is dead, then appreciate that. Obviously, you don't know what's going on. That boy said the page is dead. Well, you don't know what kind of numbers I'm doing over here. And then I'll just ignore that. But first of all, this is obviously a nigga just repeating something that he heard about Snack. So I'm not even gonna address that. Snack. I thought y'all niggas didn't believe in PEDs. Now y'all believe in PEDs? Now y'all believe in PEDs? Yeah. I see why my page is dead. You right. Y'all believe in PEDs now. When I said PEDs was real last year, ain't nobody had nothing to say. You said obviously I'm a fan of Bud. Okay. Hey, do you believe that do PEDs matter? Let me ask you that question. Since you asking me a 50 questions. I don't to be honest with you, I don't like too many guys just coming up in here asking me 50 questions in 5 seconds. You've been in here 2 minutes and you already asked me like 5 questions. Something going on. You gotta be on some kind of narcotic. I don't know what you done smoked or whatever, but you gotta relax. You done already sent me like 5 questions in like 2 minutes. Whatever you smoking or snorting, you gotta relax. You gotta chill. You said snack is just a rumor. Nigga, nobody cares about PEDs. Why you keep talking to me about PEDs? Didn't Ryan Garcia take PEDs last year and jump in the ring this year? Why do y'all keep talking to me about PEDs when y'all just said last year PEDs don't matter? Y'all just said last year, y'all just spent the whole year talking about PEDs don't matter. Why do niggas keep talking to me about PEDs When y'all just spent the whole year talking about PEDs don't matter. Talking about snack and all this other stuff. Y'all just spent the whole year talking about that don't matter. Then y'all say PEDs, y'all use that to lose weight. Why y'all keep embarrassing y'allself having the same conversation for 2 years? How long y'all gonna have a conversation about snack and PEDs and change y'all answer? All y'all said PEDs don't matter last year. Y'all sound crazy, bro. For real. Y'all embarrassing y'allself in the sport of boxing, bro. For real. I don't know what city or state y'all from, but y'all embarrassing y'allself. Yeah, you right. Yeah, we gone. I don't know who we is. Yeah, I'll be a clown. But nigga, y'all said PEDs don't matter last year. A lot of y'all don't know boxing like that, bro. Like, for real. And that don't even got nothing to do with boxing. That just got something to do with capping. A lot of niggas is capping. Stop the cap. Like, if you don't know nothing about PEDs, don't cap. Niggas is doing, like, baby mama stuff now. Like, trying to win arguments. Like, I don't like that, bro. It's too many. It's a lot of baby mama energy in boxing. Dudes is... So we lying about PEDs to win an argument now? All right, man. You don't like somebody daddy that much, you gotta lie about PEDs to win an argument. Man, dudes embarrass themselves. Y'all just had a whole year to talk about that. Yeah, it was the left hook though, man. The left hook. Man, get out of here, man. Shut up. If Lamont Rosa was on PD, he would have stopped Tank. Y'all don't know nothing. Talking about some snack. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know about a snack. Tell these boys to open up a book for real, for real. Ryan Garcia exposed these boys. They still talking about PED. Boy, please, you can't even explain what happened. How you gonna tell me what's about to go on? Oh, with Terence Crawford, man, you couldn't tell me about Ryan Garcia. Stop it. Y'all think we playing this type of game? Canelo homeboy got 7 fighters over there that's popping with PEDs, and people worry about Terence Crawford. I think that's coward stuff, to be honest with you. So we know the dude who robbed the bank, but we gonna worry about somebody who was standing in front of the bank. Somebody who was standing in front of the bank, we gonna bother them, but not the person who robbed the bank. Ain't nobody worried about. Yeah, make that make sense. Eddy Reynoso out here running the game, bro. He got more power than any boxer that anybody talking about, any promoter. He got more power than all them dudes. Whoever your favorite fighter is, he got more power than him. Canelo, him too. Eddy Reynoso got more power than Canelo. Dudes is out here worried about Victor Conte. But Eddy Reynoso was standing around when Canelo failed a drug test. But ain't nobody blaming him. You see how nobody got nothing to say about what I'm saying now? Exactly. Because they know what I'm talking about is facts. Eddy Reynoso was standing around the whole time, but what people gonna bring up? Victor Conte and all the other stuff. Man, damn, Terence Crawford and whooped dude's favorite fighters that bad to the point where they just don't, they want him to be, if he don't lose, they want him to fail a test or something. That's why a lot of people be going in on dude's favorite fighters, because they like, bruh, the fans is that bad. Like, some people can't take a loss. And when your whole fan base can't take a loss, nah, nigga, it's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. I'm being real. That's why even Spence like, bro, leave me alone, bro. That's why Earl Spence like, bro, leave me alone. Dudes be ODing way too much. It's just boxing. Like, let me be. For real. Dudes be ODing way too much. He the one that got to get in the ring, but everybody else, like, I don't know who it was that was at the press conference, like the dude who was screaming at Crawford. "Rrr." Now all that screaming he was doing when Spence was in the ring, none of that screaming was gonna work. I don't like nobody in the background doing all that. And all this stuff is just background noise and people mad because he came through and shut everything down. Now you got guys that can't live up to the expectations. They talking about that's better than him. Now he gotta be on PEDs. Man, please. That's weak, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's weak. That is super weak. And it's coming from guys who talking about they grew up on Hagler and Hearns and all this other stuff. Man, please. I grew up on these fighters. I grew up on Hagler and Hearns and all them guys. And you a coward. Okay. And what? Dudes can't take a loss in boxing. And it always be the Spike Lee type of dudes who ain't did nothing. It's always Spike Lee from the sideline hollering about nothing. Ain't never did nothing. These dudes done ruined sport of boxing, man. It ain't going on too long. All these narratives about Terence Crawford, it's over with. These dudes is falling now. Their time is over with. Time to hang it up. Don't nobody want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. It's time for them to hang it up. Nobody wants to hear that no more. Go back to talking about size and everything else. These narratives is getting hung up. It is over. It is a wrap on this. I don't want to hear about that stuff no more. Victor Connie and PEDs. Man, y'all don't care about no PEDs. These dudes faking it out here. I did not sit out here and get all these bots on my channel last year and all these little weird little whatever YouTube be doing. Think I went through all that so I could hear somebody sit up here and talk about snack all day? Man, please. Snack? Man, these dudes just repeat whatever they hear. I'm trying to figure out the only question I got, and ain't nobody answered it yet. When did the PEDs matter? I do a lot of tomorrow asking that same question. When did the PEDs matter? But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go through it like this. All this stuff happened. All this stuff happened. And this and my title is actually wrong. It's actually supposed to be something else. But I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about it. Oscar De La Hoya was right, allegedly. What did Oscar De La Hoya say? What did Oscar De La Hoya say? Should I pull up the quote? Cause one thing I learned on here, YouTube don't like when the PEDs in boxing is being discussed. And we gonna test that right now. All right, see what the play is. That's not it. Where is it? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Uh, These dudes talking about snap. Man, anybody trying to hear about no damn. And everybody talking about something. Yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, I'm glad this is it. Let me see this. Let me grab this picture real quick. Oh yeah, they remember when Oscar said this? Where is it at? Yeah, they remember when Oscar said this? Where is it at? Yeah, he told Canelo to switch trainers. Eddie Reynoso told Canelo to switch trainers. He told the man to switch trainers. Think about that. So my question is, was Oscar De La Hoya right about Canelo needing to leave Eddie Reynoso? And from what I've been hearing, because last year I brought this up, last year I brought this question up, and people was, oh man, no, Oscar just jealous. That's all I was hearing last year. People said Oscar was jealous of Canelo Alvarez because he wanted him to switch trainers. Now I'm hearing a lot of people saying that Eddie Reynoso should not be around Canelo. And I realized recently, hey, that's what Oscar De La Hoya said. Yeah, I knew people would agree with it sooner or later, but it took 7 people. But even he's had things happen around him, so he's not perfect. So I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, when the topic came up, people were very strong about Eddie Reynoso hanging around. Just wondering that. Because nobody else gonna say this, so I'm already like what I'm finna say is definitely gonna go against like the rules, as you can say. You know how they got the Jordan rules in basketball? These are like the Canelo rules. It's a lot deeper because it reaches all the way to YouTube. But yeah, Oscar told everyone that he felt like Eddie Reynoso and Canelo should split up, go separate ways. And everyone had a strong opinion about that. And my only question is, and this is a real question, and the fact that it's not really common is weird, but why is Victor Connie or Eddie Reynoso looked at any differently at this point? That's something I want to know. Because the opinions people have of Victor Connie, it's like, oh, okay. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm gonna be like, no, leave Victor Connie alone. Nah. But when it comes to Eddy Reynoso and everybody else look the other way, it's not even a real conversation no more. This PED talk is just, I don't know. It's such a waste of time. It feel like somebody getting paid to talk about this. I'm gonna be honest with you. It feel like everybody getting paid to talk about this. This is a waste of time to talk about right now. Like it's so many other people that's getting caught with PEDs right now. We want to talk about a fake story of somebody actually being on something. Like, man, somebody getting paid to talk about this, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. This is such a waste of time. If people know what's going on right now, this is a waste of time. I mean, Oscar Valdez just left Team Canelo after this last PED situation. It's serious around here. What if he starts saying, "Hey, man, I know something"? Then everybody gonna start getting scared. Got to think about it, because from what I've heard, uh, as much as people don't know, Mexico is not fond of their fighters popping dirty. You know, they question Eddy Reynoso. So America can sit over here. And that's another thing too. I'm gonna just let people know that right now. America sits around and be like, oh yeah, see, Eddy Reynoso is not a guy who was made in America. Over there in Mexico, for this kind of stuff to be going on, they don't want that kind of stuff coming back over there. Trust me. So dude already getting questioned like, hey, what's really going on? And over here it's kind of like getting pushed to the back. Man, that's bad, man. That's bad business. That's bad. That's bad. That's a slaughterhouse y'all leading people into. You leading people into a slaughterhouse doing stuff like that. You giving him a pass? Why? Why is he getting a pass? Like, forget everything else. Why is this man getting a pass? Out of all people, why is he getting a pass? This man said he haven't even been training boxers 25 years yet. This man hasn't even training for 25 years yet. He's getting treated like he's a boxing god or something. This man okay, let's say he did create a Canelo Alvarez. That's Canelo. It's not Floyd Mayweather. That's the guy who lost to the guy. He didn't beat the guy. He lost to the guy. So why are we all of a sudden giving this guy privileges that no one else will be able to get? It's getting out of hand right now. But the paper trail is following him, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as people been looking the other way, it's not helping. The reputation has been destroyed already, and uh, it's ruined. It's ruined a couple of careers already. Like the whole situation they had with Munguia. Now you seen how the recent situation with Rodriguez, how they went ahead and did that whole WBC and rematch situation. Now you see with Munguia, they ain't said nothing about no rematch with his fight because they not playing with him. Old boy from France, they ain't got no fighters over there in France like that. France is not Mexico. They not Ukraine. They not the UK. They not Japan. They not putting out fighters like that. So for you to be cheating the guy who's basically the only thing we got, no, they not finna let that go. So they can drag it out as long as they want, but yeah, guys is building up reputations right now. So while everybody else, and this is how boxing, the boxing guys never lie. They trying to put a reputation on a lot of American fighters and say people are runners. Oh, okay. They trying to put a lot of reputation on American fighters and say a lot of these guys are runners. But nah, these guys ain't runners. These guys definitely not runners. But yeah, all that Terence Crawford stuff, they need to go ahead and let that go. Now all these fighters coming out of Mexico, that's popping dirty. Now what if everybody starts saying when they fight a Mexican fighter, hey, I need to get drug tested first. We got to get drug tested before we fight. While everybody's sitting around here trying to put narratives out here like about the running and the running rule. Yeah, what about the PED rule? What about the guys popping from certain countries rule? And they can say what they want, but the stats don't lie. We talking about stats. We ain't talking about no feelings or no stereotypes. Like we ain't playing them games right now. And we bringing up Terence Crawford name, man. Please, man, please. Yeah, this is one of the worst narratives they can put out right now. It's not even funny. It's actually embarrassing. To be honest with you, every time a PED conversation gets big or it's like a main topic over here in this country, it makes things worse. Nothing never gets better. Every time they have a whole big conversation about PEDs, things get worse. They haven't learned anything. They still talking about snack. Man, Eddie Reynoso doing more than what a snack can do right now. It's so bad over there. People don't even know who Pop. I heard recently people was like, "Oh man, I didn't know that guy Pop." It's sad, man. Sad. I thought Canelo was a superstar. They don't know who none of these guys fighters is. Thought this guy was a superstar. You supposed to be the face of boxing, and people don't even know who your fighters are. Guys is popping dirty and everything. This is insane out here. Yeah, this is a non-conversation. And I'm gonna be honest with you. People want to tiptoe around it and avoid it. This is why in boxing, everything getting exposed right now. And I'm glad. I hope Turkey out of sheet keep pushing the brakes on all this he got going on, especially with the PEDs. VADA, I don't care who tested. Because a lot of these fans who acting like they don't care, all right, we'll find out how much they don't care when these fighters get exposed, like they've been getting exposed. Everybody been quiet when certain dudes get exposed, so I'm chilling. I'm not really, trust me. A fighter I support is not gonna get caught, so I'm not tripping. That never happens. Trust me. fighter I support would never be in that position. But the guys who are getting caught, they don't got no real fans. Don't nobody care. I don't care how big their names are. If you get caught on PEDs and nobody cares, you're not a big name. That's a fact. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. If you want to grade or scale how good somebody is or how popular they are, all right, let's just do the test right now. Think about all the baseball players you know that popped on PEDs or steroids right now. Think about all the baseball players you know that popped on steroids right now or has took steroids. Exactly. And the other guys who probably popped, but you don't know them, yeah. So yeah, these guys don't even know some of these guys that pop. They don't care or nothing. When I seen that, I said, "Oh man, these guys ain't real superstars." But I'll support them. I like boxing. But yeah, a lot of these guys ain't really like that, man. A lot of these guys need PEDs. A lot of these guys is hanging it up right now. They can say what they want about Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, if he was really on PEDs, he would have hung it up after the Errol Spence fight. Now, everybody who's not looking at the fighters who's hanging it up right now, and that's avoiding big fights, I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not, but we got guys that's retiring all of a sudden. All that, they're not questioning none of that. Having their worst performances in Saudi Arabia ever. Worst performances. I mean, those are the guys you should be saying, they got to be on something. But like I said, man, a lot of this stuff comes from just people being mad about the Earl Smith thing. People are still, whether people know it or not, man, people still mad about Earl Smith or Crawford. But I don't care though, because if they would have just treated Crawford like they did Lamont Roach or anybody else, it would have been cool. But they put too much extra on it. They put way too much on it. So now guys is pushing back. It is what it is. They can catch feelings if they want, but that's the only time I hear the conversation. I don't never hear nobody who likes Earl Spence and Terence Crawford that's just like, yeah, man, Terence Crawford, he owns something. That's just the crazy part. I haven't heard a real. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Even if somebody did have a conversation about if they thought Spence was on PEDs, whatever, it didn't get this big to the point where you got people all over the place talking about it. Ain't no way. I would have been heard about it. It didn't get this big. And nobody would have talked about this before he about to fight Canelo. Man, this is stupid. But it's not really stupid, to be honest with you. Any opportunity I can take to respond to some PED talk, I definitely will. Cause cause like PED talking boxing is the most lies you'll hear on any podcast. As soon as somebody start talking about PEDs, It's a whole bunch of cap going on. I heard everybody named Mama last year talk, oh man, it's just for the weight. They just using PEDs to lose weight. Did it look like Ryan Garcia was using PEDs just to lose weight? Then after the fight, everybody in the conversation talking about some, oh yeah, he ain't have his PEDs. But yeah, I know the internet do a lot of stuff though. They make it seem like it's bigger than what it was. I think a lot more people didn't believe in it, but I don't know. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I seen way too many people, bro. Like, let's be real. I heard way too many phone calls and conversations, and seen way too many like written out statements. Way too many people was co-signing the PED talk last year. Like way too many. Like that's something that's hands off right now. For real. They should treat that like the Epstein list or something. That's something that people ain't even messing with right now. Because the way that these people funny, bro. PEDs. I can't believe they still talking about this. Then they talking about Ryan Garcia getting a rematch. I pray to God Ryan Garcia gets a rematch with Rolly Romero. He lose to Rolly twice, his career is definitely over. He lose to Rolly twice, his career is over with. He's not beating nobody at 147. Um, I think Rolly ain't gonna have that much of a chance at 47. To be honest with you. So yeah, all that PED talk and stuff like that. That's why I said, bro, certain guys I just don't want in the sport of boxing because this wouldn't even be a conversation if they went around. And dudes get a couple of knockdowns. Now everybody believe what they saying. I mean, if the dude, my thing is, if Ryan Garcia has been exposed, why are people still repeating the same shit he been saying already? That's the only thing I'm confused about. Why the same shit about snacking up? Why is his narrative still getting pushed? Like, man, I don't want to hear nothing about him, man. Or something he didn't say it already. He cooked already. Anything he didn't say, it's not really valid, man. I don't know why we're even giving that any attention. I don't understand that. Everybody, they mama, hey, everybody owe Deontay Wilder an apology. When this man was sitting out here talking about, man, they be cheating boxing. Oh, it's just excuses. It's just excuses. Dang, they want you to hang out with somebody who called you a liar so bad these days. They still be trolling somebody who was right and they was wrong. Only in boxing that happen. Only in boxing do fans troll somebody who was right the whole time and they was wrong. I mean, boxers be right about stuff. Haney was right. You got guys like Wilder that was right about stuff. And they still continue to troll those guys. But these suckers who fail drug tests and don't do nothing right gets all the attention and do not deserve it. But another thing I wanted to talk about. I think this guy's name is Abel Mendoza. This fighter up there on the screen. I want to say he's 43-0. He's a fighter they've been talking about for a while now. But for some odd reason, they've been mentioning him. This is hilarious. They've been mentioning him with the Floyd Mayweather record. Talking about him breaking Floyd Mayweather's record for going undefeated. It said he's 41-0, then it said he's 43-0. I mean 42-0 on something else. So last I checked, he was 43-0. But they got him 41-0, so we'll just leave it at that until they update it. But yeah, he's out of Texas. 29 years old. But yeah, he's been talked about as a guy who could possibly break Floyd Mayweather's record. And he had a couple of he had a couple of fighters from Mayweather's team that said they would like to get in the ring with him. And I forgot who it was. I think it was Canelo Moulton who said it. Let me see. Yeah, it was Canelo Moulton. He said Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record. Oh, somebody said this. Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record is under severe risk over the next 3 years. From lightweight Abel Mendoza, the Texan reached 42-0 in December. Fought 9 times in the last 2 years and could overtake Mayweather in 2028. And Carmel Moe wrote trash can. I think he put trash can emojis over there. Oh yeah. Carmel Moe was like, yeah, I'll fight him. And then Mendoza said, I got something big coming up. I don't know. He said he got something big coming up, but I don't see what he tweeted. But yeah, this guy's 42-0. I knew his record went 41-0. I'm like, what? So he's 42-0. He fought a guy recently that was 65 and 69. So he's definitely been fighting some garbage. Yeah, he's fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, his first couple of fights is the guys with no wins at all. Until my ain't won a fight at all. Um, yeah, he didn't fight nobody with a winning record until later on, and that was a guy with 20 losses. So yeah, he's a guy who's on pace to break Mayweather's record, and I didn't take it seriously, but recently it became a thing. It's like, I guess he going for the record. And at first I was like, that's stupid. But then I thought about it. I was like, not really. I mean, he's grew up like most and wants to be undefeated and go 50-0. I mean, playing any sport, whether it's one-on-one or something, most guys want to go 50-0 in anything. But if you're chasing the record, it's not going to have a lot of meaning behind it, but it is what it is. But he definitely should get in the ring with a Mayweather fighter. That would make a lot of sense. But he's fighting at what, 140? Yeah, Floyd got some guys around 140. I mean, you beat one of those guys, you can get the cosign there. That'll be the best way to do it. I don't think he'll do it though. But yeah, that's the Mayweather effect though. Without that being the thing, he wouldn't even be trying it. And then without Canelo really getting a chance or a crack at Floyd so early, who knows if Eddy Reynoso would be as big as he is right now. So, it could be the Mayweather effect on both of those things. But this talk with Terence Crawford and PEDs, I don't know. This could be just par for it could just be par, bro, to be honest with you. Because they did the same thing with Floyd. It is what it is. They did the same thing. Guys was popping around him back then. They did the same thing with him. And he wasn't knocking guys out either, so I don't know. Maybe it's a compliment. Because other guys is getting popped on PEDs and still can't get a knockout. That's what a lot of people are not noticing though. A lot of fighters can't knock guys out, even though they popping on PEDs dirty. Munguia couldn't knock his opponent out, and that guy's 160. Couldn't even knock him out. Yeah, it sounds like people getting afraid though, man. To be honest with you, people starting to break the fight down. Everybody was confident in Canelo a couple of months ago. Now you see everybody changing their pick. Canelo ain't as good as they thought he was. Let's be real. They was confident in Canelo. Now they talking about PEDs matter. Terence Crawford got these boys believing in PEDs now. They so scared. That's how scared they are. Yeah, they shook, man. Turkey showed up at the right time. This was about to get out of hand. Whatever Bob and everybody else been doing, man, it ain't working. It's time to have a new guy at the table because ain't no way a lot of this stuff starting to get normal now. They out here talking about the PEDs matter. Yeah, Eddie Reynoso got these dudes by the balls in boxing. This dude got more power than anybody you can name. And he really ain't no good trainer. He don't specialize in nothing. It ain't nothing he good at. He got him though. He got him though. Yeah, man. Canelo, he a different guy, man. I've seen a lot of boxers in my life, but I ain't never seen none where people bow down to the boxer, to the trainer. I mean, because the boxer is so good. Yeah, I've never seen that. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's old. They pulling some old stuff. Oh yeah, bro, 41 though. That boy setting up. They trying to keep him from. Oh, okay. I'm glad I seen it. Oh, so he was 45 and though they knocked it down to. They got a pro record of 41 and 0. He talking about his job. He ain't trying to beat Floyd record. Man, yeah, you is. You trying to beat Floyd record. Yeah, like he don't want to. Damn, what Eddy Reynoso stuff at. Oh yeah, I got to do a video about this other stuff too. Man, see, it's crazy, bro. Robert Garcia more solid than a lot of these other dudes. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard to point the finger at this point because it's hard to really tell who's the best to put in charge as far as safety in boxing. It's almost scary how much some of this stuff that goes on is just how careless it is. It's like, man, they doing this in the sport. Yeah, I ain't know stuff was this careless, man, till recently. Really catching me off guard. Then you got Eddie Reynoso coming out here recently talking about uh people are just mad about what him and Canelo accomplished in the sport. Man, come on, get out of here. How does that have anything to do with you failing the test? But but to be honest with you though, man, all these dudes going down though, man. Whether people want to say something about it or not, it ain't gonna stop it. All of them going down. In order to get paid, in order to get paid, they gotta take the test. If not, you ain't gonna fight. That's what gotta happen. Everybody. If you get caught, you done. And a lot of people saying, well, Canelo, hey man, if Canelo going there or anybody, especially a guy like Canelo, if he go in there and fail a test before a fight like this, he done. He'll be done. And at this point, I can kind of tell anyways if a dude is really on something. Because every time somebody has been on something, I've been like, whoa, never fails. Yeah, I can definitely tell at this point. Let me see something. Oh yeah, let me see this real quick. Let me read it. They didn't say anything about it. Uh, yeah, I need to. Didn't really get any kind of talks about that. I gotta look this up. Oh, he probably just did a. He just did a video recently. I'm about to say this. Yeah, I'm looking at something. That might be something I can use later on. But yeah, man, they know what time it is right now. Oh, I just left. Yeah, they're trying to have like a conversation about Terence Crawford finna really hold up until the fight happens. They ain't got nothing to talk about in the sport. They getting shook. Terence Crawford posting these workout videos. You got these people shook out here. Yeah, I don't see nothing about Eddy Reynoso though. Nowhere. I don't see no conversation about dude. Uh, Nothing put a statement out recently. Yeah, if it ain't too, if it, let's see, haven't been too much talks going on over the last week. Then you got dudes out here failing two tests. This dude Rodriguez failed two tests. That's crazy. This dude already failed the test, and they had somebody else jump in the ring with him, and in a title fight. Man, it's crazy, man. That's wild. Then the worst part about it is, bro, this man got caught on the juice, and then winning in the next fight. This dude got caught on the juice, winning in the next fight, and did the same thing. And it should be, bro. He should be. I ain't gonna lie, he should be banned for life, man. You do something like that, you should be banned for life. And this story is just getting worse and worse. They're not liking this right now. Oh man, Texas Commission is getting some kind of heat right now. Any fighter in the top 15 of the WBC's ranking must register for drug testing. Yeah, they're not too happy about this. Yeah, so they're trying to figure out what's up with the Texas Commission, giving a no contest. They're giving no contest on a lot of different fights too, and they don't have a lot of information on. And they got it on Reddit. You know what the crazy part is? They got it on Reddit, and they was talking about Yafai and Rodriguez, the last fighter Reynoso had recently. It's funny they had a conversation on Reddit 5 months ago about it. They was like, "What happened with Rodriguez and Morales being a no contest?" Said Rodriguez won the fight, but looking back at his record, it was deemed a no contest. And what happened? The entire lawsuit was involved, or court case where a firearm was involved, and something's happening, but nobody's. He said not everything's been said specifically. Oh yeah, somebody posted a month ago. Morales was suspended due to a failed Morales. Nah, they got that wrong. They got that out chat GPT. Nah, they talking about Morales failed a drug test. That was wrong. No, they got that on Reddit. It was Rodriguez. Somebody try to throw the blame on somebody else. They be having some of these bots and agents in these comment sections. Y'all gotta watch out for that. This dude came here trying to flip the whole narrative. But yeah, they gonna find out soon, man. They got the little narrative going around about Crawford and Snack or whatever, but in a minute they're gonna wish a lot of people was on Snack. They're gonna be yelling a lot of people on Snack in a minute because how many fighters gonna end up getting beat up? They're gonna be surprised by. They're gonna be yelling a lot of guys on Snack in a minute. Watch. No, nothing about Eddy Reynoso though. So man, these dudes don't care about that stuff. Victor Connie, all that man. Nobody, they don't care about this stuff. They be kissing Eddy Reynoso butt, so they don't care about Victor Connie. That's nothing real. Show Eddy Reynoso that same kind of energy, then I believe you. Canelo untouchable though. Canelo got these dudes out here shook. Canelo got these dudes shook out here to the point where your trainer can't get questioned. Yeah, that's sad. What's up, Alpha? What's going on, man? People don't know it, but man, Eddy Reynoso is in the worst position ever right now. I don't know what's gonna happen with that Mungia situation. It's almost August, and I still don't know what's happened between Mungia and the guy Sawachi, the French fighter. I don't know what's happened between those two since the PED situation. But yeah, man, I think talking about Crawford, it got to be a distraction because it's a lot of stuff going on right now. Worse than what people realize. Yeah, it's worse than what people realize. Because you got some people that's not getting suspended. Then you got some guys that are getting suspended. So even with that going on, just there to where you can suspend some guys for a year, and then some guys you're not suspending at all. Yeah, something's going bad right now. Definitely bad. I feel like the worst thing is when you take a PED and you can't get a knockout. That's worse than taking the PED all around. You taking it and you still can't get a knockout. That's sad, man. So yeah, what is Mungia gonna do? He's still working with Eddy Reynoso. He's stepping away. I'm telling you, it's a tough situation. I don't even know if you stay over there. Yeah, they're gonna have to fix a lot of that stuff that's going on over there. ASAP. A lot of stuff going on. You get knocked out of Mexico, then you lose. I mean, then you win on PDs. About to get a no contest. It ain't been changed yet though. I need to look into that tonight. But the guy Sawachi, he hasn't said much since the fight happened. Yeah, I was about to say. I said, "Oh, hold on." Let me see. Yeah, they got WBC investigate Mungia. That's not good. We already seen what they said about Rodriguez. They gotta start icing these guys out. To be real with you, if you're a boxer, these guys you don't gotta really fight them. It's time to start icing a lot of these people out. That'll clean the sport up real fast. Make them fight each other, fight their own stablemates or something. That's the only time I can see somebody saying, "Okay, we won't fight these guys on that promotional team." If guys is feeling like that, I think that's when they should start blackballing people. So they don't know when to actually use the tactic the right way. They blackballing people who want to fight and guys who clean. They blocking clean fighters who want to box, but then dirty fighters who not doing much. They making a way for 'em. Yeah, they got Sawachi, man. He had responded to a dude Sawachi after he fell after Mungia the B sample came out, he was like, boxing is a tough sport. It asks for everything and sometimes gives little, but that's why we love it too. How I feel today is great disappointment, but also an even stronger desire to keep fighting for myself, my team, for everyone who believes in fair boxing. Man, went out here and got cheated. He said, "We are now waiting for a sanction on the level of my disappointment to be passed by the competent authorities, and I stand ready more than ever for what's next." Man, they gotta figure out what's going on with that fight. Yeah, this is a tough situation right here. Let's see what this dude Sawatch is saying though. Uh, since that Mungia situation, he ain't really said nothing since that situation happened. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it's so much pressure on these. Oh, Coley had surgery on his shoulder. Yeah, man, it's a dangerous sport though. Very dangerous. But for them to think that Crawford is on something, man, he a huge threat right now. And I'm seeing a picture of him running now. And he got a snack hat on. I think the snack theory is stupid though. But I don't really think it's stupid because from now on, every time Eddie Reynoso got a fighter come out, everybody just think he dirty then. If Eddie Reynoso, what's going on? Al said, good thing Reynoso will retire with Canelo. They only use it for clout. I don't know, man. Reynoso got a lot of power, bro, right now. I don't know if it's just clout because he's getting a lot more, I would say, advantages than a Victor Connie does. He's doing the same thing as Victor Connie. Everybody knows he's around, allegedly. Everybody knows he's around the operation or whatever that's going on. Any fighter or trainer that was around something like this would be destroyed on the spot. But I'm glad he would retire with Canelo because I don't think he is retiring with Canelo from what I've seen. As a trainer, yes. As a manager, no. He's going to be still around certain fighters in Mexico, and that's going to be the scary part. And I still want to know how Oscar Valdez left. That was a red flag. I'm talking about Oscar Valdez left immediately. You know, because he could have already left a long time ago. He probably feel like he ain't getting better though. I can agree with that. He probably outgrown Eddie Reynoso. But yeah, man, Oscar Valdez has been working with Eddie Reynoso for 6 years, and now he's working with Manny Robles. And going to work with Andrew Ruiz, old coach. Matter of fact, Andrew Ruiz is working with Manny Robles right now. Yeah, that boy Oscar moving on, man. Yeah, Oscar Valdez knows something. He knows it. Now is the right time to get away from these guys. He said, yeah, it started to go down with Reynoso. Yeah, it did. Yeah, the last couple of fights I've seen with him and Reynoso was terrible. I thought Oscar Valdez did a better job than what Zapata did against Shakur Stevenson. I thought Oscar Valdez did a very good job. But the Liam Wilson fight, he looked good too. I think Oscar Valdez just wanted to get away from him. That Liam Wilson fight, he looked good too, though. Yeah, he looked good at Liam. I think Navarrete. He only lost to Navarrete and Shakur. That's not bad. I mean, a lot of people feel like he lost to Gustafsson or whatever, but he only lost to Shakur and Navarrete, so that's not bad to be honest with you. Yeah, I think Oscar Valdez is a lot better. If he would have moved on earlier, he'd probably have a better career. I feel like he should have left when Ryan came over there. When Ryan came over, that's why I thought he should have left. He probably didn't want to be disloyal after Ryan and Andrew Ruiz left on the spot. Probably felt like he would have left those guys hanging, but yeah, he took way too many losses there. Yeah, didn't really look the same in the last fight either. I don't know if he didn't have the same kind of training camp. Well, that last Navarrete fight, even when he was in the ring, if you go back and look, Oscar looked like he was just ready to get the fight over with, get away from Eddie, and just move on. I don't know why I felt that kind of energy from him. Because the way it looked to me, it seemed like Oscar wanted to retire after that Navarrete fight, but man, he just want to get away from dudes. And a lot of people keep saying that Andrew Ruiz kind of felt like that. Ryan, yeah, I don't know. You got Oscar doing the same thing. You had De La Hoya have his comments about Reynoso. Yeah, but Valdez, he's taking all his losses over there. Hasn't really improved much since that fight. Yeah, like I said, I think Valdez even fighting off talent. I don't think Reynoso really. brought anything to the table for him. Most of the guys he beat, he would have beat those guys with any trainer. Yeah, he would have beat those guys with any trainer. I don't know what weight class he's gonna be at. He's gonna stay at 130. I wouldn't see him going to 135. Yeah, if I was him, I would try to stay at 130. I think 135 is too much for him. But yeah, once Andy Ruiz left, I thought that was a bad sign. That was a very bad sign. But I'm hearing a lot of guys mention Snack. I wish they had an alumni. Does Snack have an alumni? They got Mikey Garcia on there. I already know that. Sean Porter. Uh, yeah, they got a lot of people on here. These not all the people they had on here before. There's a lot of names they missing. They got Barrios on here, which is crazy. They got Barrios on here. I don't know. Maybe they expect a lot of these guys on this list to be super knockout artists. The only person that's really getting knockouts that's even on here is like Terence Crawford. Yeah, I don't see the big deal on that. Yeah, I had to get some cold water. Um, yeah, man, it's crazy right now. The situation they got going around with the PEDs because after a lot of guys are getting caught, they're not saying much about the situation. I think a lot of this stuff is in house, or they handle it through whatever chain of command they got going on. I'm hearing that the British board is handling most of the failed PED tests, but you got the WBC stepping in. But I did realize Rodriguez, he's actually that was a fight that wasn't on a Turkey out of sheet card, so I can see why it's not a lot of attention toward that fight. But as far as the results coming from the guys with Turkey, but the other fights like Munguia, we don't know what's going on with those fights. I keep hearing every time that the WBC steps in or somebody else, but I have no clue what's going on. I tried to go back and look at the first guy that got caught on a Riyadh card um, for a failed test, and the guy hasn't fought. Damn, they bro got suspended indefinitely. Whoa, this man got suspended indefinitely. Um, yeah, he'll never be able to fight over here in Cali again. Oh yeah, that other guy had tested positive too. The one who fought Steven Nelson. I forgot about that. Man, they got dudes that's bums out. Hey, y'all gotta think about this. They got dudes that's bums out here using PEDs. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but dude's a bum, man. He's 6-8, 6 wins, 8 losses, and he's using PEDs. And only had and he only got 2 knockouts. The man only has 2 knockouts and 6 wins, 8 losses. Yeah, this was a they ruled it a draw, a fight between these two fighters that was on a Riyadh season card. It was a draw at first. Then it was a no contest. What did they end up turning the fight to? Oh, they gave him a win. They changed the fight to a win. Bro ended up getting a disqual. He ended up getting a DQ win after a failed test. And how long did that take? Man, that took 2 weeks. It took 3 weeks for them to find that out. Why is it taking so long to figure out this Munguia fight, man? Yeah, they gotta figure this out. Yeah, but the Saudi Arabian fighter that was on the Crawford card, the guy he fought was 6-7 with 2 knockouts, and he fell for PED. That's crazy. This dude came all the way from Poland to California and took PEDs. Yeah, that's insane. Trying to see what card he was fighting on. Yeah, that dude was trying to make a statement or something. I don't know why he would have that many losses. He's trying to get a knockout in front of Turkey out of Sheik or something. And got knocked out by Ricky Hatton's son. Yeah, he tried to get a highlight in front of Turkey or something. That's why I said, man, any of these fighters that's hopping in there on PEDs, it's not gonna go well. And we don't know what kind of talks they have behind the scenes as far as what's the future for most guys that's gonna pop, but a lot of this stuff ain't sounding too good lately, from what I'm seeing. Cause to be honest with you, it seems like nothing, but I don't know if Munguia gonna work with Eddy Reynoso again. I haven't even thought about it. Yeah, I have no idea if he's gonna fight Eddy Reynoso again. Then you got Dennis McCann, who was on the fight card for Usyk versus Fury too. He had an adverse finding in his VADA test, but you know they've been saying that he has nothing going on, and then Frank Warren said it's a farce. Nah, ain't nobody putting out no fake failed test out there. Then they saying he tested positive for a couple of substances. Frank Warren said he got a couple of substances found. A couple. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. But this, but these doctors and all these nutritionists and trainers, it's gonna be a lot more people looking at these guys a lot more. I've noticed a lot of boxers have gotten rid of a lot of these people already. Yeah, it's a lot of guys under investigation though for certain things. They got certain boxers working with certain people that probably don't need to be working with them. He said Jaime ain't posted since that letter. That's crazy. He ain't said nothing since that letter. That's crazy, man. And you know what's crazy about that, Al? I don't even know. At first, I thought they was gonna just do a no contest. I don't know if they're gonna do a disqualification, a win. Like when are they gonna address the fight as far as the record? Because really, he can't fight until he get his record fixed, or they're making a decision on what it should be. Should it be a no contest, or they act like they don't want to talk about it? I know one thing, man. A lot the people in Mexico, they're not playing them type of games right now. And these dudes come back to Mexico doing what they're doing right now. They come back to Mexico doing what they're doing right now. They're not gonna have any kind of fights they can have. They're not gonna have any kind of fights because Mexico is definitely trying to figure out what Eddy Reynoso has going on. He's trying to say that he's not responsible for a lot of that stuff, but that's not really a good thing to say, man. Then Oscar Valdez leaving is a red flag. It's like Oscar done had enough, man. Sometimes, even though guys is taking care of you, treating them like one of your own, one of their own, still can't stick up under them for a long time. But yeah, Eddie's saying that people aren't mad about what him and Canelo has done in boxing. That's why they're being so defensive about the PEDs. That showed me right there why he don't never smile in pictures. I used to always wonder why this dude don't never smile in pictures. That's why that dude don't never smile. He feel like he too good for the moment. This man gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, people just mad because of what me and Canelo doing." Eddie Reynoso ain't trained that many people for me to give him the props like that. Yeah, he hasn't trained that many people yet. More boxers have gotten away from him than actually been successful with him. Like when Floyd's dad was training fighters, they was actually being successful. Eddie Reynoso, he just training guys until they leave. Oh, a couple of guys he is training well though. Yeah, a couple of guys he is training well, but those young guys, he got to make a better impression than what he's been doing. See, right now, they want to see what Eddie Reynoso is going to do with these young guys he's training. That's the only way he can make any kind of impression on the boxing media in Mexico. They feel like he's screwing everything up right now though, because he is responsible for. He's not directly training. It's sad because he had to explain to the media in Mexico that he's not training the Olympian, the Mexican Olympian, Marco Verde. He said he's not training him. He's just managing him. You know why he had to say that? They don't even trust this guy around Mexican talent right now. I mean, it sounds harsh, but I'm being real. They don't trust him around Mexican talent right now. They didn't think it was this bad, but yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Oh yeah, Gio Lopez. That's where it's at. I done found his name. Jonathan Giovanni Lopez. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen him at 130. Yeah, that dude was a beast. Yeah, that dude a beast. Not Marco Verde, but Gio Lopez. Yeah, that's like one of the best fighters Eddie Reynoso got right now. I think he trains him too. Yeah, he trained. Well, it says manager, agent. Yeah, you got Canelo, Gio Lopez. You got Salgado. I don't know where I seen him from. Got Carlos Vasquez with 19, and Marco Verde. Yeah, Eddie Reynoso got some. Got like 6 fighters right now that's listed under him. They ain't got Oscar Valdez on there no more. He still got Cesar Martinez down there. Cesar Martinez is what suspended for. I think he had cut his last fight or something. Oh no, Martinez lost his last fight. Oh, he had the wrist injury. Man, he went out bad the last fight. I don't know if y'all seen the Julio Cesar Martinez fight. The last fight he had. Yeah, he went out bad. Let me see if I can find that. Now, I don't know what the issue is. Cross. Tendon weakening and cartilage damage. Okay. And that's what a lot of that's what you see a lot of right now in boxing. The tendon weakening and the cartilage damage in the wrist. Yeah, Martinez had a wrist injury, and dude had a hand injury. What? Martinez had a hand injury in 2021. Had a metacarpal broken in his hand. Then he hurt his hand again recently. Hold on, falls. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Martinez pulled out a few times in the fight. Yeah, it was pulling out of a lot of fights, man. When you look at it, it's like, hope wasn't a lot of funny stuff going on around this time. It could catch up to you. Yeah, I forgot Martinez had just lost his fight recently. This dude came back and lost it. They won't even say how much he weighed in the fight. They won't even put up how much he weighed in the fight he just fought in. He fought a featherweight. Sometimes this guy's fighting at 130. Man, they could have been fighting at 135. I'll say a featherweight, but the fight could have been at 130. Yeah, I gotta find that video of the fight Martinez had recently. Because I seen him punching. And when he was hitting the guy wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, that guy wasn't going anywhere when he was hitting him. I forgot to look back at that video. Where is it at? I think 130. Yeah, I think about 130. Probably a different arm up, man. The steroids mess up the tendons in your arm. And Chavez was just slinging that arm. Let me see if I can play it. Let me see if I can download it real quick. It's like some Telemundo fight anyway. They ain't gonna trip. But yeah, he ain't got no like a lot of these guys, man, they gonna have to start pulling out of boxing anyways. Like I don't think people some people think know what PEDs do, but some people feel like they got PEDs understood, but they really don't. A lot of these guys trash without PEDs. Where's the video at? I hope they let me play it. Is it at? Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up as soon as it's done. But yeah, Martinez was out here just swinging. And I want to go back and look at the whole fight because they're saying, let me see, they say he only lost 2 rounds out of 7. And they had a 10-10 round, the fifth round. 10-10? Nah. I need to go back and look at this fight myself as far as the score. This man that went out there and messed his wrist up. Yeah, let me see this. Okay, it's done. Let me pull this up. They know what I'm talking about when hopefully it don't take too long to load up, man. The chief he was working with when uh yeah, it's getting real out here now. Yeah, I ain't heard nothing about Martinez recently. Bro got the injury and went to the background. They say he was banned. That was last year though. It's yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Are they gonna let me play it now? There we go.
El señor Julio Aranda, tercero sobre la superficie. Ahí está el choque de guantes entonces. ¡Y vámonos! Todos los goals que golpean fuerte están en Codere.mx. Esquiva la derrota con el nuevo bono de bienvenida de hasta 5,000 pesos y recibe la tarjeta mejor recibida, la más aceptada, la tarjeta de Don Lama.
10 puntos para Gerardo Valenzuela, 9 puntos para el Rey Martínez. Es el momento de cambiar algunas cosas. Tienen que ponerle entusiasmo a la pelea si buscan la victoria.
Y es que sí. Campeón mexicano que le falta golpear abajo al Rey Martínez, pero y cuidado porque se lastimó el brazo.
Déjame aprovechar tú, mi querido Cesarín, para mandar saludos a Clínica Baja del Sol, Culiacán y Tijuana, a los que tengan problemas de alcohol, drogas, bulimia, anorexia, compulsivos al sexo como tú, mi querido Cesarín. Ya sabes, estás becado de Clínica Baja del Sol. Ya www.com, Clínica Baja del Sol. Y aparte, te quiero decir que muy pronto ya nos vamos a expandir por varios estados de la República Mexicana.
Parece que la situación es grave, mi querido Chéchare. Se está quejando de manera importante el Rey Martínez de la muñeca.
Pierde si no puede continuar. Pierde si no puede continuar.
Ahí está, y no va más, no va más el combate. Se lastima la muñeca Rey Martínez. Ahí parece que fue el problema cuando soltó el golpe de mano izquierda y pega en el codo de Valenzuela. Ahí es donde se duele Rey Martínez de manera más que manifiesta.
Pierde la pelea, Rob.
A menos que digan que fue choque.
que fue algo fuera del reglamento.
Sí, porque se han sacado todos los problemas de encima los comisionados con ese tipo de
pero estamos hablando de una lesión que decreta la derrota de un peleador.
Por eso, yo lo digo un poco con sarcasmo, porque
son capaces.
Es muy difícil que se rompa una muñeca por un choque involuntario.
Sí, son capaces. Él soltó el golpe, pega en el codo.
O sea que para ti perdió Rodolfo Vargas.
Para mí debe de ser una derrota de Rey Martínez. Vamos a ver qué es lo que determina la comisión encargada de este aspecto. Rápidamente, pues ya retirando guantes.
Debería de perder, la verdad, porque
ese abandono, nocaut técnico, pierde.
Así es. Y además, bueno, pues no tendría por qué haber abandonado si no existiera una lesión, porque él iba ganando el combate. Eso es también claro y evidente. Vamos a ver cuál es la resolución que se da en este momento. Nosotros a la espera precisamente de que pues se den el anuncio oficial, mi querido Checher.
Sí, a ver, ahí estamos viendo algunos de los mejores momentos de este combate. No precisamente el de la lesión, pero sí vemos el movimiento que ocasionó la misma al inicio de este último episodio, que es empezar a abrir camino con la mano derecha y después con toda la potencia, con todo el vuelo de la cintura y con la fuerza de la espalda.
Me vas a golpear, Cesarín.
Gran campeón mexicano, jamás. Sería como grafitear la pirámide del sol.
Vamos a pedir a producción que nos den, ahí está justamente el momento en el que soltó el impacto.
Yeah, his arm might not be the same, man. Yeah, his arm might not be the same after that. But yeah, that's some stuff I want to look into though. I'm just really playing around with it right now. I'm gonna talk about more of it tomorrow. I really haven't even gotten to it yet. But we got another fight coming on soon, so I'm gonna prepare for that. But I appreciate everybody for coming through the line.